time before you do a major repair to a vehicle, you should do a full system scan, do your repair, and then do clear whatever codes you need and do another full system scan. All right, everybody, it's James, Quantum Mobile Mechanic. Today we're going to be talking about scan tools, as you can tell. And I don't have every scan tool in the world, so I'm just going to talk about the ones that I have and some of the features I like to see in a scan tool. The most basic budget-friendly one I have here, this is from Harbor Freight. It's a long time ago. They don't even make it anymore, I don't think. The brand is still there, but this particular model I don't think they make. But the concept is, what do you need to work on cars, right? What kind of scanner do you need to work on your vehicle? And this is the absolute bare minimum. And I actually don't recommend this, even though it's cheap. I have a better recommendation that we'll get to in a second, but I just want to kind of show you the limitations of this guy right here. So this right here is not a bidirectional scanner. All of these other three are, and the bidirectional scanner is, in my opinion, the minimum you need to actually professionally work on cars. But if you're a do-it-yourself or you just want to read codes, this will do it. So I'm going to do this real time for you guys so you can kind of see some of the speeds of these, and I'll speed them up as I can. This one doesn't actually have any codes, but I still want to show you guys how these work. So this one right here gives me my engine and automatic transmission control module. And like I said, there's no codes, but what's really nice about this one is that it gives you live data, which is really the minimum when you talk about a scanner. I had an old scanner that would just literally give out the code number, and you had to Google it. You literally had to Google the code number or look it up in a book, what that code was for, or just know it off the top of your head. But when I was first starting off, I didn't know the codes like I do now. So, and this was back before Google was really on your phone. You had to go to a laptop to pull it up. It was kind of a pain in the butt. This is really good. I'm going to just kind of pull up everything here. And this scanner is really nice. You get to see all the live data. You get to see the raw data points. It's pretty responsive. I have the engine running on this particular vehicle. It's pretty nice. And yeah, like I said, you can go through these, and it has some functionalities in there. They're pretty basic. And it does respond well with the vehicle when you tap on the gas. I mean, this is very responsive. It's a wired connection. It's really nice. I usually use these for reading codes, clearing codes, the live data, and then we'll scroll down here to the IM readiness. And this tells me which of the readiness tests are complete, okay, and not complete. So this is really good if you live in a state that kind of like me requires a smog or emissions or anything like that. This is also really nice to see when you go to buy a car is did the person that sold you the car just clear all the codes? And that's also a live data point too, distance since diagnostic trouble codes cleared. So something to think about. And that's it. This has some testing, but it doesn't have any kind of bidirectional functionality. So I can't use this scanner to tell the car to do anything. So that's a limitation of this one right here. All right, so this is the next one I want to talk about. This is from Topdon. This is really, really nice. This is probably one of my favorite scanners, and it's really cheap. I think this is like $100 or something like that. It's wireless. It clicks right in there. You can hear it beep. It's really nice. I lose it all the time. I forget in customers' cars all the time because of how small it is. All right, y'all, so this is the app you're going to see when you open up that app on your phone or your device. This is a tablet. I normally use my iPhone when I do this because it makes it really nice to send the reports to the customers. It's already on my phone. I don't have to set up anything as a hotspot. Like I said, I'm a mobile mechanic, so I don't always have access to internet. So here we'll go to diagnostic. We'll select auto VIN, and I'm trying to show you guys this real time so you can kind of see the difference in these devices. I don't want to get super into detail on the speed and testing the bidirectional controls and which ones are faster and all that. I think there's people that do that already. And when you're talking about stuff like this, it's really not that important, okay? And this is my first time using it on the iPad. But when click through these selections, they usually ask you a random bit of questions. Obviously you have to know what they are. So I can hit auto scan here, and this will auto scan every single module that the vehicle has. Okay, this is really, really nice when you're doing a pre-purchase inspection or looking at a vehicle for the first time. Anytime before you do a major repair to a vehicle, you should do a full system scan, do your repair, and then do clear whatever codes you need and do another full system scan. And this covers you because if the customer says, hey, my car wasn't doing that before you saw it, you can say, oh, actually it was, and here's the code that it was showing before I even touched your car. So that's a really, really nice way to cover yourself. I haven't really needed that yet because I always have the customer there with me, and I try to do repairs the right way the first time, So anyway, that's a good way to have it there. But the pre-purchase inspection is really nice because you can scan all the modules, and then the buyer of the vehicle or the customer can use that as leverage with the seller. So pretty nice. But this one's good because it has these hot functions. You can reset the oil. You can, if it has an electronic parking brake, you can set it in from here. And it just has really nice stuff here. Okay, let's go ahead and check out our live data here. Sorry. Okay, so we'll go to data stream, and this is really nice. This is very responsive to what you'll actually see. And let's say I wanted to take something and graph it out. Okay, this is really nice because I can take like that mass airflow sensor and I can turn it into a graph like this, and I can still see the graph from the mass airflow sensor, and it is responsive. If I were to hop in the car, the vehicle, and hit the accelerator, you'd see this change up and down. You know, that's kind of the stuff we look for. But this is really nice because you have this very easy to read. You have the numbers on the left hand side, the top, the bottom and top. You have, you know, this is really nice. You can make it full screen. It's really good. And you could change that to any of these sensors. You can make them be whatever you want. Let's say I wanted this one to be a gauge, right? It's really nice. It's very easy to use. And I can save and record this all I want. You know, I can hit the record button, it'll start recording data, so I can prove to the customer a diagnostic if they're not there with me. I can hit the report button, it'll take a snapshot of everything. This is just really nice. And this is a functionality that I really like. Let's say I'm looking for a specific thing, like misfire. Okay, I can just click that in, because every manufacturer does it a little bit different. And then I could cycle through all of the misfire data, right? Anything they have related to the misfire, it's really nice. And on most vehicles, on most scanners, you have to scroll through until you find it. So this is good. Or if you're lucky, the vehicle will have like a misfire module that you can click on and see everything about misfires. But anyway, this is really nice. Next thing let's talk about is the special, the test. So you can, from the test, and this is the bidirectional control bit, is you can actually turn off your injectors, turn on off your, I mean, every bidirectional scanner is pretty much the same. But this is nice because it's right in your hand and it's mobile. I mean, yes, they make wireless dongles and stuff like that for your scanners that you can use outside the car. And I don't always love those because I feel like a wired connection is a little bit better, a little bit faster. But this is so good. And for $100 or something like that, like $150, this is just off the charts fantastic. And you can do a lot with this. And this actually, sometimes I actually really like that this has the hot functions, so I can go straight to the most used things, whereas like on some of the other scanners you have to cycle through all the modules until you actually get to what you want. So this is actually just really fast. If I'm doing an oil reset or oil change, which I hate doing oil changes, but if I do one, I can just come in here, hit the oil reset, boom, you're done. So really nice. Our rear brakes, right, it has electronic brakes, so really nice tool here. This is my, spoiler alert, this is my recommendation for professional mechanics, the serious guys that are really getting into working on cars, and the do-it-yourselfer, because this can go into your car and stay there, so you always have it. You know, it's not always dangling around at your feet. So if the only car you have, this is really nice. Just a super good tool to have. So I highly recommend this one. Okay, so this is my absolute go-to scanner. If I don't know what I'm going to get into, this is the scanner I grab. This is the Xtool. I think it's called the D7 or something like that. Yeah, Xtool D7. This is really good. I got this off of Amazon on sale. I think I paid like $500 for this thing, and it's just so good, maybe even less. Really good scan tool. And let's just get into it. And this is a bidirectional scanner, you know, just like anything else. What's nice about this one is that it is wired, which I actually prefer, because then it charges the unit. I don't have to worry about charging this tablet, which I never do. And I think this is just a regular Android tablet, so you actually can access different apps and do all kinds of different stuff. I only use it for the scanner though. Anyway, and this is good too because it also has some hot functions in the front, which is usually the maintenance light reset. If I wanted to get into, and this will do the automatic scan. If I hit that, it'll scan all of the modules, and it's pretty fast, but it scans all the modules. I can save that as a report, just like on the Topdon. Really good. But let's go ahead and go out here to system selection, and then we'll go to engine, just to kind of show you guys the same thing. But if I wanted to disconnect the parking brake, I would select parking brake on the last one. So anyway, so we'll come over here to live data, And then once again, this is kind of the one where you have to kind of scroll through everything to get what you want. But this is good because let's say, and we'll go to that mass airflow sensor again. Here, I have the graph. It takes up the whole page, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it has the x-axis is labeled. It has your minimum and maximum. You can actually change how it looks, you know, do all kinds of different stuff. You could set a minimum and maximum value for the graph. And this is just a really, really good thing. But you can only do one at a time, right? You can only graph one thing at a time. But either way, really, really nice, and it's very responsive. But this one, you also have the actuation test where you can go through and you can change, you know, all different kinds of stuff. This is really, really, really good for diagnosing things. It's a huge time saver. If I haven't talked about that before, having a bidirectional scanner makes your life so much easier because of how much time it saves you. So really, really, really good there. And then the special functions here as well. You can do all different kinds of things. This is if you're changing the crankshaft position sensor or replacing the PCM, you have to rewrite the VIN. Even this can roll back the odometer on some models. So just really, really nice. Really, really nice. You have all these different modules you can communicate with. Sometimes it'll give you the module even if it's not supported, which is, you know, kind of frustrating, but it's still nice to see kind of what's out there and what you can get. And this is just a really good scanner for the price. I mean, I take this thing and I use and abuse it. I throw it around. I don't really care about it because if it breaks, I'm just going to get another one. And yes, it has a little charging port, but I basically never use it because this will power and charge the unit. So just a really, really, really nice thing. And then let me just kind of show you guys some of the reports that I've done in the past. So yeah, it gives you the VIN, and this is pretty much anything, right? The mileage, the VIN, where you have it connected to. Sometimes it'll give you the date and time stamped right there. I have my company already saved on there. But look, this is something I took a screenshot of some live data, okay? So just boom, it's already right there. I can send it to the customer. So just really nice. So this is one where I did like a pre-purchase inspection, and this is the one code that it had, okay? So just a really, really nice, and it has everything you want right here. You know, this one had a ton of codes. I don't even want to get into that. This one had a ton of codes. This was a pre-purchase inspection. So yeah, just really, really nice scanner. Highly, highly, highly recommend this one as well. If you could only get one, I would recommend this one. This actually kind of lives in my pocket at times because I forget about it so many times. But this is a really, really good. It's fast, it's quick. You always, you know, you're going to have the wired connection. You don't have to worry about your phone or your tablet or your device or whatever being charged. So just a really, really good scanner. And you can't really beat the price. I love this thing. All right, so now let's talk about this Snap-on Triton. This is actually a loaner unit my Snap-on dealer let me use. This is very expensive. And bottom line up front is more expensive than I want to pay on a scanner. But let me show you some of the great things about this scanner that does kind of justify some of the pricing, if you will. I know there's a lot of really great scanners out there, but there's a reason Snap-on's in the game. You know, they make really great stuff. So let me just show you something that's really kind of unique about this scanner that I really like. So it starts with when you pop it in. As soon as you pop it in, it starts communicating, which is really nice. This is cool because it's a lot faster. It's so quick. It's the great thing about this scanner, yes, it's wired, but it's so fast. It's like amazing how fast it is. I like that it has buttons on the side. Tactile buttons are really nice. They add a little bit of speed. In my opinion, they're really nice. It gives you the battery voltage right up here in the front, so you can see it right away, which is really nice. That's like a really important parameter to have at all times. You'd also connect this to Wi-Fi, just like pretty much anything else. It out. You can do the code scan where it'll read all the modules, and I've done some tests. This is so much faster than all my other scanners when it does the code scan. It's really, really, really nice. And yeah, you know, just same exact thing. You go through here, we'll go to the engine, and then we'll select some of the live data. Let's see, we'll just click on powertrain data for you guys. Boom, there it is. Really nice. Everything comes up just like everything else. This has a lot. I really like that it has the push button on the side, but it has everything that you could possibly, just like everything else. And let's say I wanted to graph something, so let's and it's touchscreen too, which is pretty nice. But let's say I wanted to come down and I wanted to take, literally anything, but let's just keep it simple. And we'll go to engine speed, and let's say I wanted to graph it. So I could do one graph where it takes up everything. The problem with this one I don't like is it doesn't have a labeled x-axis. Maybe it does, I just haven't figured it out yet. But it doesn't have a labeled x-axis, which is kind of a pain in the butt. You can also do 2 graphs or 4 graphs, right? 2 graphs or 4. I know that this one also has a way that you can compare 2 different parameters. A lot of functionality here, which is really good, okay? And then the other thing that's nice about this is while it doesn't necessarily have the hot functions like some of the other ones, it does have the oil specs and resets. So if I wanted to reset the oil after that, it's right here. And this also has bidirectional control. I'll tell you though, this is not as intuitive as some of the other ones I've used. It's very much like scroll through the list, find what you need, and click on it. Let's say we are going to read the codes on this. This will, if it's connected to your internet, this will also give you the fixes and some of the real fixes or whatever. Now, I tell you, I've been using this for a week, and I do roughly 2 to 4 cars a day, and it's just me. I do roughly 2 to 4 cars a day that I hook a scanner up to for one reason or another, either reading line data, doing diagnostics, or just do pre-purchase inspection, whatever the case may be. I plug these in all the time, and I can tell you this is the fastest. But I can tell you, I would say that the codes that this reads when it gives you the intelligent diagnostics, it's like, I would say less than 50% of the time is it actually going to give you any information on it for the top repairs and anything, which, I mean, if you have something like Mitchell 1, which I use, it kind of already has that in there, it's significantly better in my opinion than doing it on the scanner. But it has it, and you can save it, and you can read it if it's there. It's just not quite complete as like Mitchell 1, which is what I'm really used to, and always having really good data there. So that's that. Really good scanner, super fast. This one also has an oscilloscope built into it. I much prefer having a separate oscilloscope, but it has it on there. I like having 2 screens. I feel like more screens the better. But I like the fact that it is wired. Okay, I do like that, and I like some of the other ones that have the option for it to be wireless as well. But yeah, screenshot, you can take a screenshot. Just really overall, just really good. And I cannot complain about this, besides the price. I mean, this thing is like, gosh, I want to say it's over $5,000. I honestly don't know how much it is. It's really expensive. I don't quite know if it's worth the price. I think there's equivalent stuff out there for much cheaper, and maybe even better. I hate to say that, but yeah, just really priced. Now, if you're going to buy this for a shop and you definitely don't want to have any issues with it, then yeah, buy it for your shop. If you want something that multiple people are going to use, you're going to have it checked out or something like that, or even if you are going to deduct it on your taxes. I mean, I deduct everything on my taxes as business owners, which makes it fantastic as being a small business owner. But I still don't want to have to deduct the whatever this is, like however many thousands of dollars. It's just a little bit too expensive for me, and it doesn't seem to do much more than what my other scanners do. As a matter of fact, I've had multiple instances where this one wouldn't reset the oil light, and I had to plug in my other cheaper scanner to do it, or it wouldn't communicate with the vehicle for one reason or another, so I had to plug in my other cheaper scanner for it. And yeah, it's just not quite the do it all, do everything better than everything else scanner, in my opinion. So something to think about. And thanks again, guys, for watching. I really appreciate the love and support. I am going to be upgrading my scanner, which is why I'm kind of in the market. So if you guys have any recommendations for really good scanners, throw them in the comments below. I'm kind of looking at some Topdon stuff. I wouldn't mind checking out other brands as well, but let me know what you guys think. What are your scanners? What do you like a lot? I need something with bidirectional control, and I want something with a really large screen. Another thing that I like about this one has a super large screen, which I really like, and I wouldn't mind having one that's wireless either. So, but anyway, sorry, there's a rant. Let me know what you guys think, and I appreciate you guys again for watching. Thank you so much.